Hi, hope you're good. All right. My name is Uchenna Jessica Ihanchuku Akomas. I am a single lady. I'm in my late 30s and I am a happy single lady. I thought to do this video because of an Instagram reel I saw on Olive Emodi's page yesterday, and I guess you must have seen it. You know, her interview with Mr. Femi regarding single ladies encountering challenges with renting an apartment in Lagos.
I want you to tell me, if I came to you as a single woman, why wouldn't you give me an apartment?
As an African, I don't think it's a right to a woman to look for apartment.
So where am I supposed to live? Under the bridge?
You live under your husband.
But I don't have a husband, so what
You
am I
have
supposed
to
to
look
do?
for one as an African.
These are the statements that make women stay in very abusive marriages that lead to their death.
And I can relate to her story. I can relate to that because I have experienced it and my two sisters have experienced it. And I believe that other singles in Lagos have experienced it, especially single ladies. A situation where you go to rent apartment and the landlady, the landlord, or even the caretaker will tell you, we don't rent apartments to single ladies, or I don't rent my apartment to single ladies. I work on the island and I live on the mainland with my two sisters, my two elder sisters. And sometime last year, I decided to get an apartment closer to the office because commuting, shuttling between island and mainland, you know how the traffic situation is in Lagos. So I decided to get an apartment closer to my office. And I heard all sorts. In fact, there was a particular place I went to, somewhere in Yaba. And the landlord, I met the landlord there, and he told me blatantly, I don't rent my apartment to Igbo single ladies. He was very particular. And I said, oh, really? In my head, and I said to myself, oh, they have upgraded. They have included the tribe now. It's no longer single ladies. And this is a problem. There is an intense shame culture in Nigeria and by extension Africa. But I'm going to just, limit it to Nigeria because I'm a Nigerian and these are issues we're experiencing in Nigeria as single people, as single ladies and mature single ladies. I went to another place. The man asked me what I do for a living. I told her. I said, well, his apartment is just for married people. He doesn't want single people. He doesn't want a single lady. I was like, what did we singles do to you people? You see a responsible looking adult, female adult. She is working, even if you have doubts about whether she's working or not, you do your background check. That's what people do. You take time to do your investigations, find out if the person is really working or not. Someone has her money, she's responsible, and she comes to you as a landlord or landlady, and you are denying her. You tell her you are not renting your apartment to her because she does not bear a man's name. She's not bearing Mrs. She's not married. You see, a lot of single ladies, or some single ladies, desire to get married. Like me, I desire to marry. I desire to be married. But just because marriage has not happened does not mean I am irresponsible. Just because I am not married does not mean I am nothing. In fact, no matter your achievement as a single lady, you'll still not be considered as successful until you're married or responsible. Marriage does not bestow responsibility on any individual. So what is the thing about being single? Why is there so much intense shame culture associated with being single? What did single ladies do to you? Hi, how are you? Are they coming to snatch your husbands or the husbands of your tenants? What is the problem with being single? We need to have this conversation because, these are the kind of things that make people or force single people marry the wrong men. The society wants men, single ladies to get married, and they don't care about who they marry. Just find a man, answer a man's surname or answer a man's name, become Mrs. XYZ. It is wrong. And then we see some girls proposing to guys and we troll them. We badmouth the ladies. What is the thing about being single? Singleness is not a taboo. Singleness is not the worst thing that can happen to any female adult. Singleness is a phase that some individuals will pass through or remain. And if someone decides to be single, if a lady chooses to be single, it's her personal choice. Nobody should shame her because of her decision. It's a personal choice, it's a personal decision. Why do we practice this intense shame culture in Nigeria? Why? Landlords and landladies, you think that single ladies cannot just go and get one man somewhere, or their colleagues, male colleagues, get a ring by the roadside and come and present them to you as their husbands? Since you will not rent apartments to them because they are singles. Can we just stop this shame? Can we stop this thing about shaming single people, single women? Some people don't have control over these things. It is not in your power to marry. Yes, you desire it, but a woman cannot just go and say a man to marry her. Why are we the endangered gender here? Why? But should Nigerian singles form an association and invest in real estate? Singles in Nigeria, in Lagos, let's come together now. Let's form association to tackle this problem of Lagos landlords, landladies, and caretakers. Abina. Maybe we can look into this. I wish they can just tell us what the problem is with renting the apartment to single ladies. I just wish. If you're a single lady, I need you to know that you're not in this alone. This is the reason I am very passionate about changing the negative narratives about being single or being single in Nigeria. Singleness is not a taboo. Singleness is not the worst thing that can happen to any adult, female or male. Singleness is a blessing, is a phase that we have to pass through, or we need to pass through. For some of us, we may not get married till we die. It's not a bad prayer, but that's the truth. For some of us, we may get married. But wherever you find yourself at this time as a single person, one thing I will say is try as much as possible to enjoy your singleness. Try as much as possible to live your best life while you're single. All those things you're holding off for now till you get married, do them. If you have the money to buy a land anywhere in Nigeria, buy. If you have money to tour the world, go ahead by all means and tour the world. Don't hold off those dreams, those things you have on your vision boards because you are single, because you have not married, because marriage has not happened to you. And trust God. Okay? Nobody will marry our husbands. Nobody will marry your husband. Ladies, sisters, I pray that we will marry good men, that we will not allow the pressure from society to drive us into the wrong hands. Marry dysfunctional men that will take us to our early graves. God forbid. God forbid that we will be pushed by this attitude of Lagos landlords or Nigerian landlords, landladies and caretakers to marry rubbish. God forbid. Marriage is a good thing. Marriage is a beautiful thing. And you have a good marriage if you meet the right person. So ladies, sisters, take it easy on yourselves. We are in this together. Okay? I am here to encourage us. I am here to inspire us. I am here to, give my hands, open my arms wide and hug you. Let the singles breathe. Lagos landlords, landladies, caretakers, let the singles in Lagos breathe. We don't kill anybody. We are responsible adults living our lives, praying and hoping that one day we'll get married. We are not liabilities. I mean, we are working. We are doing well for ourselves as singles. So why shame us? Why make us miserable because we are not married? Why? And churches are not left out. Every day, if you are believing God for a husband, come, let us pray for you. Why are we making so much big deal about this singleness and marriage? Why? Please, let's just stop this shame culture. Let's just stop it. For singles who are not, who do not have a strong sense of identity, they would do some crazy things just because they want to get married and marry the wrong man. Let's stop this thing. It's not helping us. Singleness, it's not our problem in Nigeria. It is not our fault that we are singles. Eh? Alright. I just had to do this video. Alright. I don't know what else to say, but we just need to stop this shame associated with being single in Nigeria. For me, I have, overcome that shame long time ago. So nobody can shame me. Nobody can shame me. It is my singleness, not your singleness. If it vexes you too much, go and hold transformer. Okay? Be kind to singles around you. Lagos landlords and landladies, caretakers. Leave singles alone. We dey beg una. If you don't want us to leave, where do you want us to live? To go and live under the bridge? Or to go to the beach and lie down? Where do you people want us to live? If you keep saying you're not renting your apartments to singles, where do you want us to go? Where do you want us to go to? Would you treat your single sisters that way? Would you treat your single daughters that way? Your daughters travel abroad, they go to other cities, and no landlord or landlady or caretaker is giving them such conditions. I mean, it's not nice. It's not. Alright. I need to go. Work starts in a couple of minutes. I need to round off. Have a wonderful day.